So today we are going to dive a little bit deeper into exponents. We're going to explore both positive and negative and zero exponents. Yes, we can have all of those. So first of all, let's just review our powers, with the base of 10. So if we said 10 to the second power, 10 squared, that's the same as 10 times 10, 2 factors. So that's 100. We know that. 10 to the first power, anything to the first power is itself. Okay. 10 to the 0 power. Now, anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay, we'll get to that a little bit later. 10 to the negative 1 power, that is a fraction. That we put it into the denominator, so that's 1/10. Or let's write this as a fraction or a decimal. 10 to the negative 2 power, that's 1/10 times 1/10. In other words, that's 1/100th, or that. 10 to the negative third power is 3 factors of 1/10, or 1/1000, or 0.001. So you can see with another way to look at negative exponents with 10 as a base, we are just moving that many decimal places over. That's just kind of a shortcut. Okay. But let's look at negative exponents in general. So say we have 5 to the negative third power. So the negative means we put it into the denominator. So that's 1/5, and we have 3 factors of 1/5. We could also write it this way: 1 over 5 times 5 times 5. Okay, so 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So it's 5 to the negative third is 1 over 125. So in general, b to the negative n, so a negative exponent, is 1 over b to the n. Okay. Here's an example. 4 to the negative third power is the same as 1 over 4 to the third, which is 1 over 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. So this is 1/64. Now here's something we have to be very careful with. In our last lesson, we discussed when a negative number is our base. And now we have to the negative fourth power. So first of all, that means we put it in the denominator, and then we use the exponent. So 1 over negative 2 to the fourth. And negative 2 to the fourth, if we wrote it out longhand, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So we have to keep track of how many negatives we're multiplying together to see if it's negative or positive. So we have negative 2 times negative 2, that's a positive 4, times a negative 2 is negative 8, times a negative 2, which is positive 16. So we are at 1/16. Zero exponents, as I alluded to over here, anything to the 0 power, I'm going to use the letter b. b to the 0 power is 1, as long as this is not 0. We can't take 0 to the 0 power. That is just not allowed. It's against the rules. So if I had 3 to the 0 power, that's 1. If I had 1/2 to the 0 power, that's 1. If I have negative 15 to the 0 power, that's 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So now we're going to use PEMDAS. We all know what that is. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. We are going to do that in this expression. So the first thing we're going to do is any parentheses. Here we have 4 plus 2, and that's 6. So let's rewrite this. And then we have to keep the negative 2 power. Okay. So now we have a couple exponents here. So let's just rewrite this. -7 to the 0 power, as we notice up here, anything to the 0 power is 1. Subtract. Now we have 6 to the -2 power. That means it's 1 over 6 to the 2nd power. So now we need to evaluate this one. So let's just keep what we have. 1 over 6 squared is 1 over 36. Now we have all adding and subtracting. So 2 plus 1 is 3 minus 136. That is 2 and 35, 36.